Hello, welcome in. I'm Jane Drops, and you're watching Drops of Jupiter Tarot. Welcome. This is part 2 from part 1, the love reading, where the repeating pattern that's keeping you blocked in love. This is the repeating pattern that's keeping you blocked in your career. So again, we've gone with pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and then to end the reading, we'll go with the inner effing piece. I do say bad words. My apologies. Again, if you don't want to choose the same one that you chose last time, choose a completely different one. Whatever screams to you, shouts to you, draws your focus the most. And yeah, let's drop in to your reading. So, start with pile. Let me get these out of the way. It's a bit of a... Now, I do apologise for taking time. I was saying I was going to get timestamps for these, so this part 2 might be on. I might be posting that a little bit later than, because obviously part 1 I've already recorded and uploaded. I don't really want part 2 to be lasting forever. So again, if you don't want to watch the shuffling, you can fast forward. Do you know what I mean? But let's see what the universe needs you to know when it comes to what repeating pattern is blocking you when it comes to your career. Yeah? When it comes to your career this time. By the power of 3, keep negative energy and bad vibes away from me, please. It's a bit uneven, that was. Right. So we've got the 3 of Wands. I love that High Priestess picture. The 3 of Wands and the High Priestess. I'm hearing in my head like you don't realise how good you are. Or something you don't realise. Let's get into it. Yeah, so this one's deeply spiritual. As soon as I saw the High Priestess, I was like, yep, you're either not realising how good you are and you're stuck, right? Or you are somebody who knows that that's meant for bigger things, but you're trapped in a cycle of waiting instead of acting. Yeah, with 3 of Wands, planning, movement. So it shows a cycle of where you've got a massive vision, deep inner wisdom, but you stay in a holding pattern. So you could be constantly preparing, planning and waiting for the perfect moment, or maybe a spiritual sign to move forward, which delays your actual success rather than trusting yourself. Yeah, trusting your intuition. So 3 of Wands, ships in the harbour. You're great at planning for the future. You're always looking at the horizon, dreaming of the next big move, a new job maybe, or launching your own business. But the pattern is that you kind of stay standing on the shore watching and waiting rather than actually boarding the ship and going. Do you know what I mean? The High Priestess, quiet observer. So the card represents immense intuition and knowledge, but also passivity, sorry. So obviously, like in a career reading, it's showing a pattern of keeping your talents hidden. You don't speak up in meetings, even when you've got the answers. You wait to sort of be discovered or chosen by management rather than sort of promoting yourself. Do you know what I mean? You know? Like, no, I know. Right? So, to be honest, when it comes to your career, your cards are beautiful, but they reveal a major bottleneck. With the Three of Wands and the High Priestess, you've got incredible vision, you're highly intuitive, deeply knowledgeable, and you can sense that you are meant for a much bigger path than the one that you're currently on. You're always looking at the horizon and dreaming of the next big career move. But again, you're stuck in the waiting room. You're waiting for the perfect timing for a sign, or waiting for someone in authority to notice how smart you are and hand you an opportunity. You're keeping your gifts hidden in the shadows when really you should be in the light and showing exactly who you are. Who you are, remember. Right? So, keeping your gifts in the shadows. So, pattern, choosing passivity over action. I'm guessing that just like the gist of it, planning feels safer than executing said plan. Yeah. So healing action, right? So your lesson basically, divine timing requires human action. The High Priestess knows the way, but the Three of Wands requires you to actually send your ships out to sea, right? The shift, stop waiting to be discovered or fully ready. Speak up, share your ideas, apply for the role, or launch the business now. Trust your inner knowing, High Priestess, but bring it out into the physical world through real, bold action. Yeah? Again, I'll pull... do you know what I'm going to do? A bit different, and I'll just pull this card now, so then you're not kind of waiting around if you've... Because obviously pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, you've probably buggered off after you've listened to your pile. So... let's give it... Again, my apologies, but if you want it done properly, you've just got to sit somewhere. I do love you guys. I probably don't sound like it sometimes, but I'm one of those kind of no-nonsense. Not no-nonsense, but, yeah. Right. Well, that's way too many, but I'm going to take the top one. Let your freak flag fly. I really hope that's what it says. Oh, shakalaka. Boom, shakalaka is what we want to go. Yeah? Boom, shakalaka, here I am. Alright, that's basically what it's telling you to be. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with that. Again, boom, shakalaka. Yeah? Pile 1. Okay? Let's stop boom shakalacking and let's get on to pile 2. So pile 2. What is blocking you? I mean, what repeating pattern is blocking you in your career? I hope you guys are enjoying the sun. Not gonna lie, kind of feel like I'm melting. Us British people, we're used to rain and cold. I'm not saying we like it or we're moaning about it, I'm just saying. We feel like we like... we feel like we're melting, you know. So, what repeating pattern is blocking... Ooh, pile 2. I don't know if to put that in reverse or upright. These are normally like a flyer card. It's basically a card that falls horizontally, yeah. It can mean the energy is blocked. Now, what we were just talking about, but it's being blocked by you. Like, you're resisting something. Being actively resisted is what I'm getting. So you're basically not doing what you're supposed to do and you're being stubborn, maybe. Obviously, the Ace of Swords upright represents breakthrough, total truth, or a sharp new idea. Now, sideways means you know exactly what you need to do in your career, but you're terrified to make the cut. Yeah, so basically you're ignoring your own truth. So this represents a cycle of mental loop-the-loops. You have a brilliant career idea, or you know a job is a dead end, but you freeze. Maybe you are avoiding a necessary conversation or decision because you fear the conflict or the change it will bring, right? The sideways block, the breakthrough is right there, but it's stuck. So you're overthinking a decision or trying to find a way out that doesn't require making a hard choice, yeah? The fear of the sword, so the Ace of Swords cuts away the old to make room for the new. The pattern here is a fear of cutting ties, whether that means leaving a toxic boss, quitting a stable job to start a business, or setting firm boundaries at work, right? So, stuck in mental limbo, you know exactly what decision you need to make, whether that is leaving a job that drains you, asking for a raise, or finally launching your own project, yeah? You're holding back because you're afraid of the sharp truth, so you're overthinking to avoid the discomfort of making a definitive cut. You are letting fear freeze your intelligence, basically. Right, we don't want to do that. Yeah. Lesson. Sideways card needs to be stood upright. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, right? You can't think your way out of the situation that requires a brave decision, okay? So the shift, sorry, I got the hiccups. The shift, stop delaying the inevitable is what it is. Pick up your sword. Pick up your sword, write down the honest truth about your current job situation, but without editing yourself, okay? Once you see the truth clearly, make the decision that you've been avoiding. Is literally, like, even if your hands shake while you're doing it, just sign. Yeah, oh. Yeah, that's basically what it's saying. Right. So, pile 2. Let's get you a fucking piece. Sorry, I had to. Couldn't help myself. Top one again, because too many. So, he was frank with me. Make me one with everything. Just do it. You know, like, just go all out. That's basically saying, look, be honest. The truth. Yeah? Make me one with everything. Make the decision you've been avoiding. Yeah? Make me one with everything. That can be make me one with connections, make me one with relation, make me one, just make me one, but with everything. Yeah? You want it all. You go, pile 2. Nice bit of passion there. Forward motion. And then we go for pile number 3, which is the wasp and the Liz Turner deck. Again, sorry about the shuffling. These are what make my videos long. They probably usually only take about 5 minutes. But at least you get the details, at least you know. Yeah? So, what repeat pattern? It's pile 3. Need help unblocking. Oh, it's another 5 of Pentacles. Oh, being left out in the cold. Financial loss. That's what you're worried about. 5 of Pentacles. Good old 5 of Pentacles. Right, 5 of Pentacles earlier. Yeah. I think it was pile 1's love reading. Interestingly. But the 5 of Pentacles is obviously the ultimate card for a scarcity mindset. Yeah. Financial anxiety. But But obviously it just means that this video is channeling a heavy collective energy around feeling left out in the cold, be it in love or in their career. There could be somebody out there who's facing both, you know. I'm guessing that's kind of what I'm picking up. But for pile 3, so this card reveals a cycle of staying in, unfulfilling, low-paying or toxic jobs because you are terrified that if you leave, you'll end up with nothing. Again, scarcity mindset, right? So you operate entirely out of a survival mindset is basically what's going on, yeah? I'm sorry, Mum. Belly kind of hurts a little bit, man. I'm moving on my seat. So, fear of lack. So you could be constantly worried about money, stability, or losing your job. Even if you're doing perfectly fine, it could just be a really deep anxiety that forces you to accept less than you are worth. The blind spot, like in the traditional art of the card, if you remember, the 2 beggars are walking past a glowing church window full of warmth and help, but they don't look up to see it. Do you know what I mean? So in a career, this means that you're so focused on your struggles that you miss the opportunities, the mentors or the resources right next to you. Again, at the time, you're not looking at the window, you're not seeing it, but if you was to sort of stop for a second and go, right, if I was to look at this logically, yeah, you're outside the church window, you can't see that, but if you continue walking around and you don't stay where you are, if you continue walking around, you will find the door, you'll find the help, so keep going, keep looking, right? So you think, at least, well, so basically you think at least this miserable job pays, is basically what it's saying. You can pay the bills, but you're going to choose suffering over the risk of chasing what you actually deserve. And then look at the secret of the card. The figures are walking right past a warm lit window. That's in the Rider-Waite deck, though. Do you know what I mean? But again, if you're familiar with tarot, I haven't got another Rider-Waite one I haven't got words on, so I'm using the ones that I've got. But again, if you know the tarot and you've seen my normal tarot, you'll see that the 5 of Pentacles is about being left out in the cold. So your pattern is that you are so hyper-focused, maybe on what's going wrong, or how hard it is to survive, that you're completely blind to the open doors and opportunities that are right next to you. Scrutiny built on misery is not actually real scrutiny. You're trapping yourself in the cold by refusing to look up, and that's the lesson. That's what's blocking you in your career. You're refusing to look up at the window and see that there's warm and help in the church if you just continue walking towards it. So the shift, look up from the struggle, stop looking at what you might lose and start looking at what you are currently missing out on. Your homework this week is to actively look for the warm window. So update your CV, reach out to a mentor, or look up job listings. Help is closer than you think, but you have to open your eyes to see it. Right? Yeah, so let's do the last one. Which is, let's give it a quick snuffle. Oh. That's a sign, isn't it? Something's dropping. Maybe one of these decks is going to drop for someone. Like it's going to resonate that much. They're going to be like, right, I'm doing it. Right, that flipped. Inhale the good shit. Exhale the bad shit. Breathe like you know how. Yeah? Basically, stop. Take a minute. Breathe like you know how. And look up at that window. Yeah? Okay? Well, I hope that helped you guys. clarify a little bit of what sort of might be getting in the way when it comes to love and career. Please do comment which poll you picked, if it resonated, and what parts resonated with you the most, and your story. Let's all claim the healing energy together, yeah? So again, if you'd like to book a personal reading, if you're on YouTube, the link will be in the description box of the video. And if you're on TikTok, it will be the link in my bio for Linktree. And again, thank you guys for sharing your energy with me this evening. Keep shining, and I will see you in the next drop of Jupiter.